Hi, I'm Dorothy from the Log Homestead, and we'll be making treats for the birds today. We're going to be using a lot of organic, simple ingredients you have around the house. So you can use apples, oranges. We have like little cookies that we picked up, and some will be made with a gelatin that's holding the bird seeds together, and then other half of cookies will be made with peanut butter put on them and then the bird seed attached. So let's get started.
Welcome to the land of giants, Log Homestead.
So I already put half a cup of water in each of these because we'll be using 2 packs and it calls for a 1/4 cup per pack. And then we're going to add in the gelatin, and then I'm going to add the boiling water on top. So 1, 2. The reason I have 2 bowls is because we're using 2 different kinds of bird seed. So I want to make it for both kinds. So we have 2 different colors. All right, and then we stir them up. And this one too. And then we'll add the boiling water to help dissolve it better. So half a cup of boiling water to both. A little bit more than half. On this side. That's good. Then stir it up. Okay, and then we're going to add in 1.5 cups of flour. But first we're going to put in the corn syrup. This is just golden corn syrup. So 6 tablespoons of this one. 1, 2. And the other side. Okay, that's 6 also. And then we'll stir that up. Now we're going to add in the flour, so 1.5 cups of each. It's just going to help the bird seed bind better, that's all. So whisk is definitely a better option when working with flour. I'm just trying to get the lumps up the best I can. Kind of almost looks like a pancake mix. All right, most of this dissolved, so it looks good, and then we're going to add in the bird seed. So I'm just going to get my little measuring cup. This cup holds about 2 cups up to the line. So we're going to put in the black one, which is the black oil sunflower seeds. Let's measure it. Okay, so 4 and 8. So this one also 8 cups. And we'll switch back to the spoon for this. Now this is something fun you can do if you enjoy nature, you enjoy birds, or you just want to attract wildlife during the winter. I've heard of people doing it with their kids, with their parents, siblings, whatever, whoever is interested in and willing to help you, because this is kind of like the easy part, and then making all the little separate things is a little bit more time consuming, but it's definitely worth it, attracting birds and being able to watch them through the window. Now I've never done it with the solid black, so we'll see how that turns out. We did it many years ago living in our old place. And we had a beautiful, huge juniper in the backyard. And we ended up doing a big project with the kids and putting it on there. And the birds just came from all over the place and all different kinds. There wasn't like a limitation of just one species. It was like blue jays, cardinals, a bunch of different kinds. All right, that's done. So let's go to... So I'm just putting a little bit of oil on the inside of the cookie cutter so that the bird seed mix doesn't stick. And I put a little bit on the tray and I'm just pulling it from that. So I just put a little oil on everything I'll be using to make sure that I'm able to get all the shapes and pieces out. So I have this pan and then I have another little baking pan which you can see beside me. And then I'm going to have like a mini muffin tin. So those will be the 3 shapes we'll be using to pack in. And then we're going to do the last tray, which is over here. This is just a little tiny muffin tin. I put the oil in it already. And then what we're going to do is grab the birdseed. So we'll start with the black. And you're going to just grab it with your hand. See, it's already starting to get like firm. It usually takes a day to dry, but you can feel that it starts to get a little bit more dense as time goes on. That was maybe 10 minutes that I had left it while I was oiling the pan. So I'm going to make 3 of them black, and then the other 3 will be the lighter bird seed. So this is the black oil sunflower seeds, and the other one is just regular bird seed. So you pack them nice and full. Make sure you push down. And I'm going to oil my hand a little bit because it's starting to stick to me. So feel away from the pan here. And then I can put it in better and it won't stick so bad. Okay, so this one's done. And this one has black seeds too in it, so if some transfer over, it really doesn't matter. I'm packing the next one. So these are going to be like little mini wreaths that will have holes in the center that I'll be able to put like a little ribbon through. Oops. And then hang them up. Now we're going to put ours on our old Christmas tree so we can have it close to the house and see it. And I'll probably put it around the deck and then put it around the front porch as well. And then we have some trees that are also close to the property that we'll be able to put it on because I'm making quite a bit. It's like 16 cups of bird seed. Alrighty, and then we'll move on to the next ones. Now we're going to do the small little muffin tins. Same as the big one. I might have to speed this up. This is starting to get hard. So we're just going to do this a little messy then. Make sure that nobody ends up drying on us. Yikes. So you take like a little string, take the 2 little pieces that are cut, and just jam them into the middle, and then put a nice little layer on top. And push it down nice and hard, and that will hold it, no problem. So the string I use is just a little jute twine, just basic little, you can use anything, you can use yarn or garden string or anything that you have that's a string in the house would be fine. I mean, you could even use hooks if you want to from the Christmas tree. The only problem is that with the rain it might rust. So I'm on the black ones now, just continuing along. So we're going to make like 8 of these little guys. I did oil my hands. It definitely makes it easier to push them in without sticking to me. Get that out of the way. Oops. Dropped a little bit. That's okay though. Now I may put a heavier cutting board on top just to kind of flatten a little bit and make sure there's no gaps so they end up staying. But we'll see what I decide as we go along, how well it sticks and stuff. But that's kind of what you're going to end up with. And then they'll be able to pop out on strings, and you'll have like little ballish kind of shapes to put on your tree or wherever you choose around the property. So I'm going to fill the oranges. I'm just going to cut it in half and make it like a little bowl. So slice it in half. And then I'm going to spoon out the inside. So now that I got it hollowed, I'm just going to poke in the side. Not too far up because you want to have a little space so that I can hold the weight. Actually, we can just push it right across and it'll be equal. Alright, that's easier. Let's do that. And then I need some string. So what you can do is you can put the string in and have it held by the birdseed, but then ultimately would fall out. So ideally, when it gets eaten, I mean. And then ideally, if you do like this and then put a little knot on the inside, then it would stay a lot better. And then it will stay intact until the orange falls apart. So just want to do like a little knot. And then the other side, I find it's easier if you poke it through with the poker or the skewer here. Oh, I lost the hole. There it is. So feed it through the skewer. And then make another little knot on the back of the orange. So, and then pull. So it kind of will look like that. And then it will hang like this. And we just fill it up. And then one's done. And then I'll show you quickly with the apple what we're going to do. And then I'll finish making the rest of these. So now I'll do the apple. Just going to cut in half. And then I'm going to take out the middle part, the core. And maybe we'll do it with the knife. The spoon's not wanting to cooperate. So just cut out like a little center hole. So it'll look like that. Just as big as you want, but you still want kind of like the shape of the apple to be supporting it and firm. And then we're going to pack in just a little one here in the middle. And then because this guy has a stem, I can cheat and tie it onto that. But the other apple, I'm going to poke a hole through it. The other side, I mean, not the other apple. Okay, and then this one I'll tie into that. Into the other string. Now the one I have tied on the stem. And then voila, we have a loop. And it's ready to be hung. And this little guy looks like that. I just hang like that in the tree. But I'm going to leave it lying down so this could firm up. So I separated this time, just make sure that I don't fill more of one color than I wanted to. So with this one, I'm just going to put a little bit on the bottom, just like we did the other one. Put the string in. And then put a top layer on. And then push it really good into these cookie cutters. You can use any kind. I got like a lot of holiday ones. I have like little gingerbread mans and mittens, so like winterish kind of ones. This one's like a little heart. So just push in super good. And then you can move to the next one. Oh. And kind of pay attention to where you put the string, because the ornament will hang how you put the string. So example, in the heart, I want it at the top. I wouldn't put it at the bottom. And in the mitten, also, I would put it at the top, not like in the thumb part or the tip of the mitten. Just makes a difference for when it's done, how it looks. So they'll kind of look like this when they're in their little cookie cutter. And then they'll take on the full shape once you pop it out. And I did pre-oil these, so hopefully they're going to come out easy. I'll do a few of the other kind too, so you can just see it. Just laughing at my kids being silly. Emily. Stop it. So I'm hoping these shapes will pop out fairly easy, them being pointy little snowflakes and stars and stuff. And I'm hoping they're going to hold up in the weather too, but you know, you never know until you try, so we're going to try and see how it goes. But I'm going to hold up this one so you kind of see how the black looks versus the multicolored birdseed. Just gives you a different look. So if you're doing this for it to look pretty and to be practical, then I suggest doing the two different kinds of birdseed. If you're just doing it because you want to feed the birds, then it really doesn't matter. So there's one. And then I showed you the dark one, and I'm just going to continue making all of these, and then we're going to let them dry and then take them out to its location tomorrow. I'm working on the ice cream cones now that we'll be using, and there's going to be one that I'm going to do this way and use it as a little cup for like a feeder. And the other one, I'm just going to put a string in the top and then put peanut butter on the outside and have the bird seed coating the outside. Like a shish kebab skewer is what I'll be using. It comes in handy. It's super easy to poke the holes through the cone without damaging it. And then we're going to take a little bit of the twine. And we're going to put it through. So really simple. We're just going to do a quick knot in the bottom. I did 2 or 3 because I figured as the weight goes and it starts to soften from the elements, I don't want it to just break off. I mean, mind you, it will fall and they'll still find it, but I didn't want to lose it. So then second knot here, and then we're going to have a perfect little stuff to hang it out in the tree. You can put it on a Christmas tree like we're going to do, or you could put it on any other tree or bush you have in the area. I'm going to show us hanging it on that as well. There you go. So next step's super easy. Get a nice little cheapy peanut butter. Doesn't matter what brand, as long as it's sticky. We just bought this one for this project. And this one's crunchy, but it really doesn't matter if you have a crunchy one or not crunchy. Get a knife, just push it around. Make sure it covers, and then I'm going to roll it in the bowl of the bird seed. Ooh, just put my finger in it. Make sure you put on enough that it sticks, because if it's not sticky enough, I should have been more clear about the cheapy peanut butter. It's probably better if you have just a smooth one, not a crunchy one, because, whoops, I'm getting all messy. But because you wouldn't have to fight the crunchy little peanut bits as you spread it. So, mental note for next time. All right. So it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be beautiful, it can totally be messy. It looks like that. So roll it in the birdseed. It's going to coat it super nice. If you miss any spots, just sprinkle a little extra. I'll probably roll it around twice and then just push into the seed as I roll it. And then done. And you have a little feeder. So I'm just going to try the other side. And this one can be made really simple, that either we're just going to put birdseed in, or how I said that you can coat the outside like the first one that I did. So I don't know, I'll see how I feel as I go. We might end up with a mix of both, but then you can just take the birdseed, put it over here, take the birdseed, scoop it in, and voila, I'm done. There you go. So we have another little version of it. And then we're going to move on to the orange. So what we're going to do is poke it on one side. There's multiple ways you can do this. You can put sticks in through that you would just tie it to the end, but we're just going to do the simple method of poking it through. And then I'm going to tie it how I tied the pine cones. And then fill it up. So it's pretty quick. The other one that I did, it was packed in with the gelatin, but you don't really need to do it. It holds upright pretty good. Alright, so tie a double knot on that side as well. Pull it tight, and you end up with it like this. And then you can just put the birdseed straight in. And it holds no problem. Doesn't tip, nothing. You don't have to have anything else for it. So, and the last ones I think we're going to end up doing, we'll take an apple. So I cut the apple, and then we're just going to make slices. Fairly thick, I would say. Like, you want to have good support for it. So I'm just going to show half of this. And then we'll just drop out the seeds on both sides. So we use this one. Same thing with the skewer, poke a little hole. I'll probably do in the middle so it's stronger. I'll probably test with them and see how it goes, but cut off the string. Poke it through. Okay, so we have our little apple. Okay. And then, I mean, in this case, you probably peanut butter at both sides if you really wanted to. I don't think it's going to affect anything. Just with the apple, you got to make sure it's thick because the peanut butter doesn't always stick. It kind of slides off a little bit. Okay, so one side, dip it in, into the seeds. And either I can leave it dark like that, or I'll put on the top too. This one will make a double with the hang. Alright, I'll put on this one. So dip this one in. And you can make all different variations of this. So just sit like that, kind of tilted. And then it will show. So the birds can pick whichever side they like. I think that's it for our little decorations or our little bird feeders that we're going to make. So I'm going to finish up everything, and then we're going to let them dry overnight, and then we'll take it out tomorrow to show you guys where we're going to put it. So here's the finished tree. And I'll get in a little bit closer just to kind of show you how the decorations look. So we have like the ice cream cone one. Then we have the orange peel. And then we have a different ice cream cone one here. Then there's the apple slice beside it. And then we just have like the little regular cookie cutter ones. So here's like a nice little snowflake one. And a little man next door. And then we have the wreaths that I made, the little mini wreaths. So that's from the black seed sunflower. Black oil seed? I think so, something like that. And then little cranberries beside it. And the rest are all just like little basic little round shapes in the muffin tin. Little maple leaf. And then a few other ones that are all on the tree.
Are you recording or no?
Yes. So it's a fun project that you could do in the winter time. You could definitely use your leftover Christmas tree, or you can use just other bushes or shrubs you have around the house that you want to put a few little things for the birds that they can eat off of. Doesn't matter how you do it, just, you know, enjoy yourself, have fun. It's a nice little project to do and definitely benefits the wildlife in the area. Thanks again for watching.